Hey y'all, welcome back to At the Table podcast, where we gather around a virtual table to discuss all things adulting. I am your host, Fikayo, and thank you so much for having me in your ears. Alright, so you guys know that here at the table, we prioritize mental health. We do not play about it. So today, that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the significance of mental health, the benefits of therapy, and how to find the right therapist. Also, we'll talk about common concerns and misconceptions surrounding therapy and discuss self-help strategies and complementary approaches. Are you ready? But first, before that, we have to catch up. I am now officially 23. I feel the 23 years of living. I don't know. Right now, I'm in an undisclosed location. So here we are doing the things. And I don't know. I feel like, you know how everyone acts, like, how do you feel when you're in a new year? Like, I don't know, but this year I definitely feel different. I feel like age is catching up on me. I can't believe that I have been alive for 23 years. It's like yesterday I was just 8. And I'm starting to feel the gravity of what my age is. And I don't know. It's exciting, but a little scary as well. I really am happy. If I'm also going to be completely honest, I'm very, very happy. I am doing the dang on thing. I have this podcast. I'm figuring out my life in all the other places. And I'm happy that at 23, I am mentally where I am right now. So I am really good. I'm really happy. What else can we catch up on? My ankle still hurts. Yes, I've still been running. Long story short. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the only thing we have to catch up on. Now, on to our next segment. If you are not familiar with this segment is used to encourage prayer and communication with God. It doesn't matter what tribe, what religion you are in, but here at the table, we pray. So, I have been praying for my 23rd year. I am praying to God that this year is a fruitful year for me, that I grow beyond all measures and all capacities. I hope and I'm praying that this year I'm able to break ceilings that I thought were there. I'm really because a lot can happen in a year. And I wrote down everything that I have done this year, and I'm hoping that next year when I write down everything that I did that in this year, well, my 23rd year, I am like, wow. And I'm astonished by what hard work can do. But yeah, that is what I'm praying for. I'm praying that in this next year, it will just be fruitful and that I will break every single barrier and I will surprise everybody, including myself. All right, y'all. If you listen to this podcast already, you know where we're going next, and it is what are you snacking on? If you are not familiar with this segment, this is where we talk about all the relevant happenings happening in our lives, including pop culture, news events, or really just anything that's on the top of your mind. For me, what I have been snacking on is learning how to learn. Growing up, I don't know, I knew I was smart, right? But I never saw myself as the smartest in the group or the smartest in the bunch. And I think it just came down to because I shouldn't have been saying those type of things about myself anyway, but also I never learned how to learn for me. I never learned how my brain naturally wants to learn. And I think that because of that, I have been in a disadvantage my whole life. So I have been listening to people who specialize in people learning how to learn. And I am trying to use their skills and their techniques to try to figure out what methods work for me. So I'm reading this book on AI and I'm trying to go through it and then kind of use those studying techniques on myself as well to see what works best for me. But yes, that is what I've been snacking on lately. I am trying to learn how to learn. So yeah. All right, you guys, we are done with all of the segments. Now we can go into today's topic. So before we go into therapy, let's start by defining mental health and emphasizing its significance in everyday life. Mental health refers to our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we feel, we think, and we act, and it influences our ability to cope with stress, relate to others, and make decisions. Just like physical health, mental health is crucial for overall all well-being of our quality of life. Maintaining good mental health allows us to navigate life's challenges, build and maintain healthy relationships, and achieve our goals. It is important to recognize that mental health is a continuum, and we all experience our ups and downs, and seeking support when needed is a sign of strength. All right, is everybody still with me? Okay, now let's explore what therapy is and how it can contribute to improving mental health. Well, therapy is known as counseling or psychotherapy, and it is a collaborative process between a trained mental health professional and a person or an individual seeking support. It provides a safe and confidential place to explore thoughts, emotions, and concerns. And unfortunately, there is still a stigma around mental health and therapy, and society often downplays the importance of seeking help for emotional struggles, leading to obvious barriers in accessing care. It's essential to break down these barriers and promote conversations about mental health, and that is what we're doing today at the table. Breaking the stigma starts with education and awareness. We need to spread the message that seeking therapy is courageous and it's productive towards self-improvement, and everyone deserves to understand and support themselves when it comes to mental health. I have personally been in therapy since I was about 17, and I can attest to the benefits of therapy or even just talking to someone, because again, this person is trained. This person knows what they are talking about. This person has gone to school to literally be able to care for you. So what therapy did for me, even at the age of 17, was give me a guideline. Like, it wasn't my friends who were inexperienced or didn't know anything that was giving me advice. It was someone who literally has done probably thousands of case studies on exactly what I was feeling and doing and all the things, and was able to give me perspective and depth into whatever I was going to that obviously at the age I wasn't able to understand for myself. This is especially why I believe that even young people should begin therapy as soon as possible, because literally, as I said before, it literally serves as a guide for you. So within that guide, what is good, what is not good. They're able to give you perspective. They're able to give you depth. They're able to help you think about things that you probably haven't thought about before and navigate the hardship, instead of maybe you go to your friends and they allow you to soak in it, or they allow you to make bad decisions. No, I thoroughly believe in therapy, and I thoroughly believe that everyone should be getting some type of therapy, no matter who you are, no matter what age you are in. Everybody should begin therapy. Now, let's go into the benefits of therapy. Therapy provides a safe space for individuals to express their thoughts, emotions, and concerns without fear of judgment. And it allows you to gain clarity, perspective, and self-awareness, leading to personal growth. Therapy also helps people develop coping mechanism, problem-solving skills, and resilience. Through therapy, individuals can learn effective strategies to manage stress, regulate their emotions, and overcome obstacles in their life. And I can, again, personally attest to this. I had a phenomenal therapist about a year ago, and I don't know, I was just crumbling under stress, and she came and she gave me the tools to be able to manage my stress. Tools that I use till today, and it's helping me be extremely productive in my life. I am juggling probably 7 balls, but because of what she told me about grounding and anchoring myself and scheduling my time, and using a planner, I literally can tell you that the quality of life that I live now is so much better, and I don't deal with stress as much as I used to anymore. That is literally what therapy is. They give you the tools to be able to help you figure out what you're doing. Let's talk about the different types of therapy. The most common type is psychotherapy, or CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. There's also DBT. I don't know how to say this word, so forgive me, but it's dialectical, behavior therapy, and other evidence-based therapy approaches as well. Psychotherapy is essentially when you talk to a trained therapist and you explore your thoughts, your emotions, and behaviors, and it helps you gain insight on it helps the therapist help you gain insight based off of your past experiences and how it also affects your current well-being. CBT focuses on relationships between your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. It helps people identify their challenges, negative thoughts, and develop healthier thinking patterns to make positive changes in your life. And this is really important because the Bible talks about how as a man thinks he is, and what literally sits in your heart is what you will become. The thoughts that you think are very, very important to manage. Like, you have to be able to manage your thoughts, because what literally sits in your heart is what will manifest in real life. So if you are constantly like thinking doomsday, 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 first off, one, you're going to be experiencing doomsday as you're living, because you're playing out those results in your head and you're living through that anxiety. But then number two, you are going to eventually bring doomsday to yourself, because like all of your actions and everything is feeding towards this thing. And like ultimately, like an arrow, like what you put your sight on is what you're going to get. So managing your mental thoughts and all the things that you think are very important. I personally have actually done psychotherapy and CBT. I think I had a therapist who did both, so we kind of combined all of them together. But yeah, okay, let's do the last one really quickly. DBT is often for individuals who struggle with intense emotion or self-destructive behaviors. It combines elements of CBT with mindfulness and emphasis on building skills for emotional regulation and interpersonal effectiveness. So yeah, I have probably had all three of these, and I think therapy is amazing. Okay. It is important to remember that therapy is not a one-size-fits-all. Each approach focuses on different aspects of mental health and targets specific concerns and conditions. Your therapist will help you figure out what is best for you. Okay, so finding the right therapist is very important for the success of your therapy journey. And here are a few tips that can help you with your search. First, I would say consider your therapist's expertise and specialization. Look for professionals who have experience in the specific area you want to address. So if you know that you deal with anxiety, go to someone that specializes in anxiety. If you know you have PTSD, go to someone that specializes in PTSD. If you know maybe you're dealing with sexual abuse, go to someone who specializes in sexual abuse. And that goes for everything: bipolar, schizophrenia, everything. Go to people who specialize in them. Secondly, consider the therapist's approach. Different therapists use different techniques, so find one whose approach resonates with you. Actually, every time I get a therapist, I have a set list of questions already that I ask them. And this is because I need to know your style. I need to know where your faith intersects with religion. That's very, very important to me. Every single therapist I have been Christian therapists, because that is already the perspective and the lens in which I view life from. So I need you to understand my religion, at least fundamentally, so that you can understand who I am as a person. So I ask that kind of question. I ask things like, how do they know if I'm getting better? Because I need them to, even with the way that I'm asking questions, I need them to know that this isn't a joke for me. This isn't something that I'm just doing. This is something that I expect results from. So when I ask you in the beginning what the end results of this is going to be, you know that I'm serious about this, and you know that like there has to be some type of work that's going into it, and some type of results as well. But yeah, I ask that, and I ask a number of other questions. So I would say that whenever you get into therapy, ask questions. Ask all of the questions, because it's very important, and this is your health that we're talking about. So yeah. Also, finally, compatibility is key. It is essential to find a therapist whom you feel comfortable with, and also you feel like you can build a trusting relationship. This is self-explanatory, but it is very important. Find someone who you feel like you can actually talk to. Find someone that makes you feel safe. For me, sometimes it's an older woman that I need to be my therapist, because I don't know why, but especially an older Black woman is who I like to have as a therapist, because I feel safe with them. That's the beginning and the end of it. I feel safe, and I feel like I'm talking to someone like my mom, who I should be able to disclose everything to. And also, they have life experience. They have been through probably what I'm going through as well, and they obviously studied it. So the advice that they'll give me will be good, wholesome advice. And my goal is for them to see me as like maybe a younger self, or maybe their daughter. So yeah, online directories, professional organizations, or recommendations from trusted individuals can be helpful resources in helping you find a qualified therapist in your area. So yeah, ask around, ask your friends. I'm about to drop a dime for you, okay? If you are looking for a therapist, go to psychologytoday.com, and literally that is where I get all of my therapists from. I put in where I live. I put in the type of therapist I want. So usually for me, it's Black, woman, Christian based. And then I put in my specific insurance, and it pops up a whole big list of all the therapists that qualify under all of the guidelines that I've given it. And I just start calling them, or I read through their descriptions and, what they specialize in and all the things. And I just call. And usually, they've accepted my insurance. All of the guidelines have been met. Usually they can get me in. And that is what I recommend for all of you today. Use Psychology Today to find a therapist. Use Psychology Today, and your insurance may pay for it. Please, 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 please know that. I know people who don't know that insurance pays for therapy. You can get therapy for essentially free. Go do your homework, and then let me know. But yeah. Okay, so let's address some common misconceptions and concerns about therapy. And one misconception is that therapy is only for people that have severe mental health conditions. And in reality, no. Therapy can benefit anyone facing life challenges or seeking personal growth. That is kind of sort of me. I'm fine. I'm okay. But if there is a way for me to get to a better Fikayo, I'm going to look for that way. And I find that therapy helps me with that. There are some things that I do that hinder myself that sometimes I don't even realize I'm hurting myself. So if I tell my therapist, like, this is what I'm doing, my therapist is like, okay, baby girl, no, you don't need to be doing that. Let's do this instead, or let's take this approach, or are you even sure that you thought this decision out? You know what, let's look at it from several decisions. So it's not like I'm facing something big or catastrophic. Sometimes it's as little as decision making, or me self-sabotaging myself but not even realize. Or another big thing that I use my therapist for is to make sure that I'm not doing too much, because that's one thing that I do a lot. I love doing things, and inevitably I reach burnout because I I move so fast. So what my therapist helps me do, and all of my therapists have helped me do, is just watch me. Make sure that I am not reaching burnout, and make sure that I am balancing all the things in my life. Another big thing that I tend to do is I tend to, I tend to not do well with self-care. So my therapists and therapy help me make sure that I am tending to myself and making sure I'm taking care of myself. So it doesn't have to be that big of a thing. It doesn't have to be like, you're full blown out manic, but it could just be helping you better handle yourself and your life. Let's talk about another one, and it's the cost and time commitment. And yeah, while therapy can be an investment on your money and time, there's freaking there's insurance, and many therapists offer a sliding scale fees, so like it can be flexible, and also scheduling can also be flexible as well. I believe that your mental health is worth prioritizing. I use insurance. I want to say I have always used insurance for my mental health, but no, there was a time I used BetterHelp, and that was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. But and I paid out of pocket for that, but I could afford it. But there is insurance. Now I'm not paying for therapy, but there's insurance. And also, you can go to therapy whenever you want to. I have been to therapy I've done therapy every week, and I also do therapy maybe every other week. So let's say you are, let's say that you don't want to pay that much, and maybe you don't have really good insurance and they can't pay for your therapy. And let's say your therapist is charging you $50 a session. You don't have to do a therapy session every week. You can do a therapy session every other week. So instead of it being $200, you do therapy every other week. It's only $400. Oh, Jesus Christ. Did I just say it's $400? It's only $100, And then also with scheduling, right? You can do therapy every week, or you can do, and most therapists with scheduling, right? Most therapists, they open from like maybe early in the morning all the way up until 6 p.m. I usually do my therapy during my lunch break once a week on Thursday. I don't know. If I wanted it later, I could probably have it later as well, maybe 6 p.m. or right after I get off of work. Some therapists also do Saturdays. So it really is just calling around and asking what they offer, how they offer it, what it looks like. But I do not believe that you can't get therapy. I don't think that you not getting therapy is a valid excuse, or especially time being a valid excuse for you not getting therapy. If you care about something, you'll fit it in. And also they have workarounds for all the things. So I believe, go figure it out. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But I believe that it is available and it's possible for everybody. Just go and look about it, go and search, and I believe that it is possible for everybody. Just go and do your research on it and make sure that you are giving yourself the best possible chances of doing well, especially if you know you need therapy. I know another thing people really worry about is confidentiality, and I can tell you that therapists are literally bound by strict ethical guidelines to ensure your privacy and confidentiality. So yes, you can literally open up to your therapist about everything as long as you are not going to hurt someone else and you're not going to hurt yourself. They cannot tell anyone what you're saying. I think it's normal to have fears and reservations about therapy, but I do think it's important to remember that these therapists are trained professionals who literally have the backing of U.S. law, and they want to help you and support you in your journey to better mental health, and at the end of the day, ultimately having a better life experience as well. In addition to therapy, though, there are other self-help strategies and complementary approaches that can help the individual, that you can incorporate into your mental health. And these are like practices like meditation, mindfulness, exercise, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and eating well, being around good people. What else? There's so many other things that can help you, small things that you can incorporate into your life that will help you live a better type of life. Mindfulness is a huge one that my therapist, all of them, have always recommended to me, because I move so quickly. They are afraid that I don't sit in the moment sometimes. So, and I've been trying to do mindfulness, but I don't know. Exercise is another one that I was recommended, and y'all know I am a jogging fanatic. I am a running girl. So exercise is great. Exercise has been proven to have a positive impact on mood and mental health, releasing endorphins and reducing the symptoms of anxiety and depression. I think it's important to remember these strategies that can complement therapy, but they should not be seen as a replacement. Your therapist can help you integrate these practices into your overall mental health plan, and my therapists have done that for me. Now, I would really like you guys to DM me at the Table Podcast and ask me any questions that you have, or any statements or anything. Just let me know, like DM me for real, and I will be there. But again, it is at the table _podcast. Okay. I really do care about all of our mental health. And if I can help you just a little bit, and even if it is just giving you a link, I will. Okay. All right. So as we wrap up, let's summarize key points that we've discussed today. Mental health is essential, and it's important for overall well-being. Seeking therapy is a productive step towards improving that. Therapy provides a safe space for individuals to explore their thoughts, emotions, and concerns, and it helps you develop coping mechanisms problem-solving skills, and resilience. We also explore different types of therapy, such as psychotherapy, CBT, and DBT. And we talked about the importance of finding a compatible therapist. It is crucial to break down the stigma surrounded by mental health and therapy, promoting open conversation and understanding. Remember to incorporate self-help strategies and complementary approaches to support your mental health alongside therapy. If you are seeking a therapist, consider factors such as expertise, approach, and compatibility, and utilize resources online like psychology.com, professional organizations to help you find qualified professionals. I would even go the leap and recommend BetterHelp as well. BetterHelp gave me probably the best therapist I've ever had in my entire life. I know that there's so much conspiracy around BetterHelp, but that wasn't my story. I had a blast with my therapist, and she was worth every single penny that I paid because she was good. She was good, and I got her at the time that I needed her the best, and she is the reason why you guys have the Fikayo that you have today. She's amazing. So yeah, if you are desperate, yeah, go to BetterHelp. I think that is it, you guys. I think it is time to clear off the table and wipe the dishes. Thank you so much for having me in your ears. It is always a privilege. I hope you gained something or you learned something. To see the face behind the voice, follow me at Fikayo. Also follow the podcast as well at @the_table_pod. Again, please send any questions, concerns, resources that I can even post out for everyone. Please send it to my DMs at the table, please. But yeah, I love you so much. Do you know that? Be sure to subscribe or leave us a review. I'm begging. Your feedback helps us get more out there and reach more listeners, and help this podcast grow. So that would be amazing. But yeah, that is it, you guys. It is time to... we're done. That is it, you guys. Okay. All right. My brain feels fried. I feel like I spoke for so long. But yeah, that's it. I'm done. All right? Okay. So yeah, please do not forget. Do not forget, it's very important to laugh really loud and pray all the time. I love you. Bye.